Hi, this is the BYCON AVC38-HEPA, a very accessible H-class vacuum cleaner for construction. I'll go over the functions and features with you, the distinctive filter system, and the operation of the device. In a hurry, you can find the start time for each point in the description. For all detailed specifications, you can of course just check online on the product page or in the video description. But what I definitely want to mention is the remarkably large tank capacity of 38 liters, a suction power of 250 millibar, with a suction volume of 262 cubic meters per hour, which amounts to 73 liters per second. And with that, the BYCON places itself in the upper segment of professional machines. What immediately stands out further is the extensive accessory package that is included as standard, and the provision to carry it on the machine. The BYCON can be used both wet and dry, using disposable plastic bags or disposable fleece filter bags. Make sure to actually use those bags. It is an H-class vacuum cleaner, which is the highest dust classification, but as soon as you use the tank without a bag, you might as well use a dustpan and brush. In other words, you lose every advantage. A disposable filter bag also contributes to the initial filtration process. If you search online for what the various dust classes entail, you almost always come across a chart with L, M, and H. These are seen as low, medium, and high. This relates to a filter percentage of harmful particles in the air. Now, with the H class, asbestos is almost always mentioned in the same breath. You cannot blindly assume that every H-class vacuum cleaner is suitable for vacuuming asbestos. Unfortunately, the BYCON is not. An H-class vacuum cleaner is suitable. To vacuum asbestos, it must explicitly state this on the device itself. If you only work on new construction projects, or mostly drill through exterior walls and cavity walls, then you won't really encounter this issue with the BYCON. If it does become a problem, for example during renovation work, then you might consider purchasing an H-class plus asbestos-rated vacuum cleaner. I can recommend the BSS608A from buyer to you. The downside of that vacuum cleaner is that it is somewhat more expensive to purchase, but also in use, because the filters and fleece filter bags are a bit pricier. Well, then it's finally time to look at the biggest distinguishing feature, and perhaps the main reason to consider the BYCON, the filter system. What makes many tube vacuums so special is that they have filters that are automatically cleaned. As you can see, the BYCON has two filters, two HEPA filters. Both are used during vacuuming, but they are cleaned alternately. And I'll show you a graphic. You'll see that there is actually a continuous airflow, and that makes it distinctive compared to many models that are cleaned magnetically. Then the filter is tapped, and you can hear that too. With those machines, you see at the hose side or at the air outlet in the lid. Often a small interruption in suction power. That can be a small dust cloud, a cough. The BYCON doesn't have that due to the continuous airflow. You can easily replace the filters by loosening the screw knob and pulling out the filter. Inside the filter, you see the cleaning system. Actually, two fingers that mechanically touch all the fins of the filter. A good moment to talk about placing the filter bag now that the machine is open anyway. I like to place the lid on the container like this. There is an elastic ring in the hole here. It must go over the air intake. With these two flaps, you help keep the bag in place while you close the lid. Operating the vacuum cleaner is quite simple. You have your height switch on and off, adjusting the suction power. If you set it too high, for example, when sanding wood, you might find that your machine sticks to the workpiece and you can't move freely. But set it to maximum when, for example, you are drilling into concrete or making grooves. Then you need that suction power for cooling and, of course, to remove the dust. In the middle, you have your pass-through socket. If you plug your machine into it, the vacuum cleaner detects when you turn it on, and it starts suction automatically. And it will also continue to suck for 7 seconds to clear the hose. It is rated for a maximum of 2000 watts. We have tested it with machines of 2400, 2500 watts, and that is not a problem at all. This switch allows you to set whether you want to use the automatic mode. or if you just want continuous suction. Connecting the beacon is simply done directly via the hose with an outer diameter of 34 mm and an inner diameter of 30 mm, or with the included adapter that you cut to size for the machine you want to use. This is also available separately, and if there is demand for it, I will make a separate video for connecting to different machines. And then of course you have the plug where the hose is. Connection. You use it when transporting the machine and you don't want slurry dust or anything else to leak from the container into your van. That was the operation. Let's see what it can do. In summary, the beacon is a very robust, highly complete wet-dry vacuum with an H-class rating and an L-class price range. And also the consumables, the dust bags and the filters are among the cheapest on the professional market. And of course, don't forget the unique filter system that continuously retains suction power. If you're thinking super cool but do you have it in a larger size, then check out the BYCON Cyclone vacuums also on this channel. Yes, by now it should be good. Oh, new day, new insights. I just want to quickly show you what I mean with the Cyclone vacuums. Do you already know BYCON? Then you might know them from the floor sanders they make. You can combine those fantastically with the larger vacuums, namely the Cyclone vacuums. They are available with the same automatic filter cleaning as the vacuum cleaner in this video, or available at a lower cost with manual filter cleaning. These machines deserve their own video. So I'm not going to tell you yet what cyclone extraction is or what an endless dust bag does, for example. Just keep an eye on our channel. I'll tell you more soon.